Have you ever had homework over any break, including those over middle school and elementary school? If there was a rule that prohibited the act of giving out homework over break, wait, there is. The Sequoia School District has a rule put in place to allow teenagers to actually relax over break. Wow. The rule is known by all students who hate homework, and that could even be you. Join us and hop into the world of a miserable teenager in high school. Smiley face. We hop into some interviews with some students and teachers at Woodside High School. First question. Have you ever had a teacher break the rule of no homework after a break?
Not directly, no.
Okay, like not directly.
Basically, a while ago I had not a while ago, but this teacher assigned like a big test on the exact day after break ended. And like she said like, oh, the study guide, it's not gonna be collected, but it's like, she also said, you basically have to do the study guide in order to do well on the test, so pretty much forced to do the study guide, and yeah.
Do you think teachers care much about this rule? Why or why not?
I think they do, for the most part. Most teachers are, because they also have to work just like students do, they understand that like it can be a lot and it can be a lot of stress, and I think most teachers definitely do obey the rule, and yeah.
How do you feel about the rule? Like, do you like it or not?
It's pretty nice. I mean, it would be just nicer if like you could have homework over break, but just less homework in general, you know. But I mean, it's nice to have your breaks off and be able to do stuff, you know.
What are some loopholes that you noticed in this rule?
The one I mentioned before. I don't know if you're gonna play that again, but other loopholes. They just do stuff like that, and maybe projects. Like some people have talked about like they had projects due, like not. Oh, the loophole they do use all the time is they don't assign homework the day after, but they have like double homework 2 classes after. So yeah.
As you can see, in these two interviews, the homework policy is not worded the best way it can be worded. There are occasions, such as in the next interview, where teachers break the rule without repercussion. To be specific, this video is not intended to call out any teachers or scold at any of the staff at Woodside High School, simply to reveal what many people have in mind, that this rule could possibly be seen as more important because in the current day, me and many other students still believe that the rule is not executed as it should be. So you are on the committee that made the rule, or?
I was on the committee that made the rule, and then there's a teacher collaboration group that has continued working on improving homework for students here.
When was the rule made?
The committee for this first met in 2016, 2017, so that's when we crafted the rule.
How often does the school enforce the rule?
The rule is enforced for every long break. So Thanksgiving, it was already enforced for winter break. So the break between the semesters, and then for the new February break and spring break.
Well, do you know what happens to teachers that break the rule?
I don't. That's not my role.
What would you change about this rule if you could change anything, or nothing?
I think at this point, I think it's a good compromise in terms of making sure that we're still upholding academic standards, but also allowing students an opportunity to rest and relax over those breaks that they get.
Yep. I think this rule is important.
I think stress is a huge thing for students that we, as a school, can definitely work together to manage. Stress for teenagers it causes a lot of extra things that you don't need, especially as you're developing into young adults. And so if we can alleviate that and give you an opportunity to spend time with your families or to relax or explore other things, then I think that giving you that break is beneficial.
And the last questions, what are some exceptions that could bypass this rule, or maybe some like loopholes?
I think just the way the rule is worded so that you cannot collect homework the first 2 days after a long break. I could see that there would be some loopholes, but I think in the spirit of the rule is that you wouldn't assign something that needs to be completed immediately afterwards. So teachers do assign, like I've assigned a project that was due later, but my expectation is not that students would work over the break on it. And so I think it just depends up to the teacher as long as they're meeting that criteria.
To conclude, we pose the following questions. Will Woodside High School take initiative with this rule in respecting its students' breaks? Or will teachers continue to exercise their authority and continue to give homework over breaks? From what it looks like, Woodside being the great school it is, I believe it will take steps to further the welcoming of new ideas in its institution.